I am back in Lambert Airport, heading to Orlando, Florida for our first annual Associate and Senior Associate International Tax Academy. Let's get this week going, shall we? All right, I made it to Orlando. I got in like 12:30 or 1 last night. We're gonna go talk to some associates and seniors and find out what challenges they've had starting their career and what advice they have for others that are just entering the workforce.
Waking up early, getting to the office at a reasonable time.
The days are very long. You don't get to nap in the middle of them. You go from being in class and hanging out with people all your age to people younger than you, older than you, having to deal with different personalities.
Something that I learned was not being on your own time. The entire time I've been in college, law school, you're on, you've got a deadline at the end, but you're on your own time. As long as you make up the material, you're good. And then all of a sudden you get to work and someone wants to know if they can review your work in 2 hours, and that's not your time. So that's been an adapting process, staying in communication and making sure you're up to date and in the right place.
I think one of the hardest things from going from college to working at PwC was, in college, you're always being graded and you have tests and you get immediate feedback. And I think one of the hardest things was learning how to ask for that feedback when it's not just given to you automatically real time. So figuring out how's the best way to ask your seniors and managers what you could do better the next time around immediately, and understanding what comments they have that you won't make the same mistake next time.
We're getting ready to start a presentation for 500 associates and seniors on GILTI, Global Intangible Low Taxed Income. So speech went well. Sorry I don't bore you with my tax technical talk. We're heading to dinner tonight with a games night. I don't really know what's in store, but it looks pretty awesome. So let's go check it out. So apparently I'm getting in the dunk tank. We'll see how this works out. Attaboy!
Oh, that's not water.
No water, just balls.
There might be some pressure to feel that you need to work through the whole day and work all night and take little breaks, but don't do that. Take breaks, think about what you did that made you successful in college, and do that.
Always build on your skills more and more and more, and keep up with the trend, with the new stuff, to be on top of everything.
Every step that a new hire takes will have an impact on the final product that goes out to a client. So if a new hire can think about the assignments in that perspective and learn as much as possible to make contribution as much as possible in the assignment, I think it would be great.
So always stay curious,
connect with people. I feel like your best resources are your colleagues, and pick up the phone and ask questions. So
communicate. That is the #1 thing. Always tell people, you know, when you're busy, when you're not busy, what you like, what you don't like. Because if you don't tell them, they'll never know, and you'll get stuck in something you don't like and burn out. So communicate is my #1 advice.
Taking advantage of the other resources in the office, like not being afraid to talk to your directors and managers, because they're all really friendly and they know a lot.
It's going to take a different level of perseverance from undergrad or law school or grad school than it is in the workforce, because what you learn book-wise is going to be different than how they use it practically.
It's twofold. The first would be ask questions. You're there to learn, and at the beginning you're not expected to know a lot, so just maximize that time to learn as much as you possibly can. And then the second piece would be to meet as many people from as many different teams and backgrounds as you can. Some of them will become your best friends, some of them you'll work together, some of them you'll cross paths 10 years down the road. So just be curious both personally and professionally with the tax technical and the interpersonal.
So I'm in Louisville, heading back to St. Louis. There are no direct flights, if you may remember from some earlier vlogs, and instead I am driving from Louisville to St. Louis. That's 4 hours. I have a whole series of conference calls. This is what I do on my drives. I gotta merge. All right, hang on there, people, we're going. Awesome week this week. Always really invigorating for me to hang out with the associates and the seniors. Thanks for all of those associates and seniors that were willing to get on the Doug McConey vlog and share their experiences and their advice. The thing that I remember transitioning into the workforce that was really hard for me was really getting the endurance of just working, you know, 5 days a week, like full days. You build up those calluses, you build up your endurance, and if you're doing something that you enjoy and that you're passionate about and that you're good at, it comes easy. And find that thing that really inspires you and go after it.